Hello to all of our viewers and followers. We are live again to share knowledge of tax and superannuation. Kamusta, Joy?
I am good, Rom. How are you?
Excited as always because we have a very, very good topic today. It's always a
Definitely.
question to ask. Our topic is very, very popular to our clients. It's always popular questions to ask as well.
Definitely. And Rom, we actually have a client. So let's call him Nathan. But that's not his real name, by the way. Let's just call him Nathan. And he is working as a nurse. So he called us to ask about salary sacrifice, and he wants to know more about that. So, Rom, can you explain to us what is salary sacrifice?
Salary sacrifice, right? It sounds painful because it's a sacrifice, right? So, I mean, salary sacrifice is giving up a portion of your income for more money in the future, especially during retirement. For nurses, sometimes the word here is salary packaging. The same thing, giving up a portion of your salary for some benefits like car, mortgage payment, or maybe superannuation contribution, and that's salary sacrifice.
Very good. Actually, Nathan is wondering because he has been hearing about salary sacrifice. So he wants to know, Rom, are there benefits or what are the benefits of him exploring salary sacrifice?
Yes, there's a lot of benefits for salary sacrifice. And number one, why it's so popular because it's less tax on the contributions, especially in the superannuation. Because super fund, it's only tax cap rate of 15% instead of Nathan's marginal tax rate, which is, it depends as a nurse, maybe he is in a high income bracket. Instead of 45 or 47%, including Medicare, it his salary sacrifice will be taxed at 15%. So instant savings of more than 30%, which is really, really good. Number two, second benefit is less tax as well on investment earnings, especially earnings inside Nathan's super fund. As I mentioned, income super fund is capped at 15%. So it's a good tax minimization strategy. And then number three, it will be a reduced taxable income because a portion of Nathan's salary is being contributed to his superannuation. It's less. It will be resulted to a less taxable income, meaning less money to ATO, but more money on Nathan's superannuation.
Cool. Actually, Rom, for Nathan's benefit and for our viewers' benefit as well, can you give us a sample computation or sample amount of the potential benefit?
Assuming that Nathan is earning 85,000 and he decided to make a salary sacrifice 6,000 to his superannuation, Nathan will have a tax benefit of 1,000, or he will be better off by 1,170 by doing that strategy alone. So it's a good money. And of course, lesser money to ATO, 1,170 benefits to Nathan, but more money into his superannuation.
Which is for his retirement as well.
Correct.
Cool. So Nathan is wondering, are there any things he need to consider before he actually makes a salary sacrifice?
Of course, Nathan, if you are listening, if you are watching us, you have to consider your debt level. Of course, salary sacrificing a portion of your salary means less money in your pocket. So look into your mortgage or debt, or maybe it's better off to pay off, especially those bad debts What else? For other persons, right? Deciding to salary sacrifice is very very ineffective. If your income is low, especially those earning less than 18,000. Because of course in 18,000 income you don't have a tax on that, but you put money into your super fund, you will be taxed at 15%. The salary sacrifice will not be the amount will not be considered as a tax offset, or you cannot make that amount as a tax deduction. And then the next is you have to monitor the concessional cap. At this time is 27,500 this financial year. So those are the things that you need to consider before making a salary sacrifice.
Sounds good. Okay, now Nathan, or perhaps some of our viewers are now interested to explore salary sacrifice. So, how do they do this?
Okay, number one, you have to talk to your employer because not all employers has facilities to do a salary sacrifice. Speak to your payroll if that's part of your benefits. The second one is you have to ensure that the salary sacrifice arrangement must be in writing. So there's supposed to be an agreement because it's salary sacrifice. An agreement supposed to be in writing, and of course it's very important. You have to monitor your super fund that your salary sacrifice goes into your account.
Definitely. Thanks for those pointers, Rom. So, what happens now? So, for instance, Nathan approaches his payroll and they said, "No, Nathan, we don't offer that." So, what can Nathan do now?
So we have the so-called after-tax personal super contribution. So meaning money that's being taxed can be put to Nathan's super fund, and he can claim that one as a tax deduction. The effect is the same as well. But Nathan, it's very very important that you have to give a notice of intent to your super fund, and you get a letter from your superannuation, and you will show that to your accountant during the tax preparation, so that your accountant can claim that amount as a deduction as a personal super contribution. That's the same effect. Salary sacrifice. It's the same effect with that option number two. If your employer doesn't have any facilities for salary sacrifice.
Sounds good. So definitely, Nathan, you do have an option whether it's pre-tax, so salary sacrifice, or after tax. Cool. Okay, Ram, let's wrap this up with a message.
Yes. So salary sacrifice is very very good strategies to minimize taxes and to increase your retirement money. And I think until next time. So if you have questions, if you have comments, just how do you call it one? Put a comment into this video. Message us for any topics, any tax and superannuation topics. And as we always saying, save taxes legally, and of
be
course,
smart.
Be smart with Taxsmart Cafe.
Taxsmart Cafe. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you. Bye.